Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. So I updated the Hive miner count. There hasn't really anything changed on that as far as how many miners they're supposed to get. There's no new news on that, so that's not the reason I'm updating it. But I have updated the spreadsheet to provide, I think, a better representation of what their possible earnings will be. I've updated it to include the months that are going to be the miners operational in, and can adjust it instead of going with the month that they're supposed to be in. I started counting the month after that because if they get the miners in, towards the end of the month or something like that, you're not going to get a really good estimation on it. So I basically skipped the first month when they're supposed to come in and then went to that. So if we look at the data here, right now the Bitcoin network hash rate is about 119 million, and the current Bitcoin price is about 47,133 and change, roughly around there. So those are the two numbers here, and then here's the column that I added in here. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit for you guys so you guys can see. It's not letting me zoom in. Let me see here. Zoom in a little bit. All right, there we go. So everything stayed the same. The only thing I changed up was the month in operations. So based on when the miners are coming in, so we got a lot of miners coming in this year between April and December. In one batch, we have another one coming from May to December. So then I started counting how many months those will be on operation. So here would be 7 months times what the potential is to mine during the month times the 7 months, we get the amount for the year. So based on that information, all the way down here, we look at it, we have all the months inputted in. So our estimated gross revenue for the year is around $240 million. Our current EPS would be then at 63 cents with, obviously the shares outstanding at 382,354,000, which gives us price to earnings multiple at 20. We're looking at 1260. That's with just gross revenue. This is not counting anything that's electrical, operational, anything else that they purchase or anything like that. This is just basically gross income. So with the current price to earnings multiple, we would be at 2460 here. But if we look at the price, if Bitcoin goes up 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, and we discount 50% from the gross revenue for expenses, electricity, operational, everything else, this is very conservative, I think, in my opinion. We're looking at if Bitcoin stays where it's at right now, and they continue to mine what they're supposed to mine, the $240 million in revenue, we're looking at possible net income after expenses of $120 million with an EPS of 31 cents. We're looking at a price to earnings multiple of on a 20 of a stock price of 630, and then with the current price to earnings multiple, we're looking at a stock price of 775. So obviously, even right now, I think the stock is way undervalued. Obviously, do your own research, please. Do not take my word as gospel. I think we could see a huge upside potential in, obviously, in Hive. Now, if Bitcoin goes 2x to 94,000, we're looking at estimated net income of 240 million, EPS of 63 cents, and a possible price to earnings multiple of 20 for the stock would be a $12.60 stock. If the current price to earnings multiple holds, we'll be at 1550, which represents a 299% increase from where we are today with the price of being, I think, 314. So huge upside potential there, I think. If obviously the price goes up 3x, we're looking at 361 million in gross net income potential, 94 cents EPS per share. And then price earnings 20 multiple, we're looking at almost 1890 for the share price possibility. And with the current price to earnings multiple, we're looking at 23.25. That would give us almost 500% increase over the price of where the stock is at right now. And then obviously 4x, we're looking at with a current EPS of 126. We would have a price to earnings multiple of 20, that would be $25.20. And then price to earnings current multiple would be at $31, which would be almost a 700% increase in the stock price. Market cap would obviously be a lot higher. We're looking at, right now, 2.4 billion, almost 5 billion, 7.25 billion, and then 9.6 billion in market cap respectively. So this is where I think this is the most accurate I've been able to come up with the calculations on this. Obviously, it all depends on market sentiment, where the market is heading, what investors are doing. So there's not much we can really say about it for certain. There's nothing ever certain in the market, right? You just don't know. But based on this, we kind of have a price range where we think the stock may go up to if certain things happen. Price of Bitcoin appreciates, they continue to get the miners in on time, they get installed in time, and then we can kind of more or less see where the price should be by the end of the year. Now, if we look at 2022, if all the miners get installed when they're supposed to get installed, we are looking at some huge potential here. So if we look at it here, let me zoom in a little bit. So now, obviously, the price is staying the same right now. Everything is staying the same. The only difference is that in the month here, let me zoom in a little bit more for you guys. The month, now we have everything operational in the 12-month space. Obviously, they're not adding anything else. These over here are the miners that are going to be installed next year. So based on when those get installed, I calculated 11, 10 months, 9 months, 8 months, 7 months, and 6 months, respectively, for those to get installed and be operational for those periods of time. If that happens, the following year, if Bitcoin just stays the same where it's at right now, at 47,000, we're looking obviously at potential income of almost 500 million gross. Net, 50% discount from the gross, we're looking at 1x, just where Bitcoin is at right now, we're looking at 215 billion. 2x, we're looking at 500 million in net income. 3x, 750 million. And then 4x, we'd be at $1 billion income a year. Obviously, the price would greatly appreciate from that. So if we're looking at the price earnings multiple to 20, we're looking at 1307, 2613, 3920, 5227. And if the current price to earnings multiple holds, we're looking at 33, 66, 100, and 133, which is an increase in price of 314, 727%, 1,141%, and 1,554% increase in the stock price just in going forward in next year. So these are the numbers that I'm looking at here, where we may have a potential to see where obviously Hive ends up next year, but what the potential is. But I think they're going to be buying up more miners coming up at the end of this year and early into next year, which is obviously going to drastically change these numbers as well. So yeah, this is pretty exciting. Obviously, the price to earnings multiple right now is 39.6, so that's the one I'm using in case you guys had a question on the current PE. So yeah, just some interesting thoughts on that. It's going to be interesting, obviously, going forward this year, what happens with Bitcoin, and then where the price is going to go next year, and how well Hive can execute on all of their miners being installed and everything else when they come in. Obviously, there's going to be some shipping delays possibly because of the ships. There's a high demand for them, not enough supply for all that. And then we also have at the yards, there's a lot of, not delays, well, delays, there's a lot of backlogs in the shipping yards getting stuff out, and a lot more ships coming in. So let me know what you guys think of this. Do you think I'm dreaming? Am I out of my mind? Obviously, this is not financial advice, so do your own research, please. Just let me know what you think. I'd be happy to hear it. And then if you like this kind of information, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I do appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.